Hi friends, thanks for being here and welcome to my first YouTube video. I've been making TikToks and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts off and on inconsistently since probably 2022, and YouTube has kind of always been in the back of my mind. So I decided to try long form and posting on YouTube. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do for my first video. It sort of feels like there's a lot of pressure to do something cool, but it felt most me to just sit here and paint this painting, and I'll probably yap at you for like 10 minutes. So I hope that's okay. And since this is my first video, I thought I would take this opportunity to tell you about myself and sort of what I envision for this channel. So, hi everyone, I'm Kaylee. My channel name is Art by Kaylee B. That is my username for most of my social media, just to make it easier for people to find me. I make art. I'm an artist. I feel like I'm sort of bordering a professional artist, but it still feels weird to say that. I got a bachelor's degree in art in 2022 with a focus in painting and drawing, but my school experience was a little bit non-traditional, I would say. I feel like you hear a lot of jokes and see a lot of memes about the class of 2020. Oh, I didn't get a graduation, that sort of thing. So that's not what I'm trying to do here. But COVID was beginning and at its peak during the second semester of my second year of college, and then the first semester of my third year of college. And art school online is so strange. It was a weird experience, to say the least. Just to give you an example, I had a watercolor class on Zoom in the fall of 2020, and I was painting at my desk with my laptop camera angled down so my professor could see us painting. We also did critiques on Zoom. It was just a really weird time. So I think because of this, I've had a winding, interesting journey with my art and my identity as an artist. My focus was painting and drawing in college, mainly oil landscapes, but I basically tried everything during that time. I did printmaking, ceramics, fused glass, silversmithing, and then when I graduated, I had to sort of figure out who I was as an artist without being graded for it, which I think maybe a lot of people who went to school for art can identify with. When I graduated, I did a lot of crochet and fiber arts, and I think what people would consider traditionally crafting and less of the fine art that I did a lot of in college. I think I struggled with painting for fun. It became something different during that time in my life, but I think one day I just sort of picked up the brush and painted because I liked doing it. There's a fine line that you have to walk as an artist who is trying to sell, because you want to make things that people like, but you also just want to make things for the love of making them. So, anyway, fast forward 4 years, I'm finally in a place where the art I'm making feels like me and I enjoy it. And the small following that I do have, my friends and family seem to enjoy it as well. I'm trying to put myself out there more and share my work more as I do it, even if it's imperfect. My subject matter is also kind of all over the place, but one of the more consistent things about my art journey, I enjoy painting nature. I love landscapes. I love plants and animals, flowers. My landscape paintings, I prefer to paint in oil, but when I paint with oil, I like to paint outside, and it's just been too dang hot for that lately. So today, this painting that you're watching is acrylic. I love color and fun, big, bold brushstrokes. Something I've always enjoyed too is a bright underpainting with landscapes, and letting the color poke through. It's just a more subtle way to add a lot of vibrancy and life to these paintings, especially when you're painting during the summer and everything is the same shade of bright green, at least where I live. I also really enjoy exaggerating color. I like putting purple in green grass and bright pink in a tree. I think it's really fun and helps me sort of break up the monotony of a landscape that can sometimes happen. In my artist statement, I talk about how your everyday life can seem repetitive and mundane because you see it every day. So, the intent of my art is to help you see the world through a brighter, more colorful lens. So, I'm not just an artist, I try to keep my personal life full and creative as well. I love being outside. I love thrifting, gardening, crafting, scrapbooking. I also just love hanging out with my people, my boyfriend, my family and friends, and our two cats. I have a gray kitty, Lucy. She turns 4 in October, and a black kitty, Sock, SOC, short for Socrates. He just turned 1. I have a full-time job that pays my bills. I actually really enjoy it and it doesn't drain me, so I feel very lucky to be able to have something that still keeps me energized enough to do the things I love outside of the 9 to 5. Since I've told you a lot about the things that I enjoy, I guess I'll give you a couple of my dislikes. I'm typically a pretty positive person, so there isn't a lot, but I'll give you a few. My dislikes include sweating and being hot, drawing people. I will leave that to my camera or to professional painters. I just don't like it. I feel like I'm terrible at it. I love mushrooms and painting them, but I do not like eating them. I don't like the taste or the texture. I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes I feel like I dread the question, "What's a fun fact about you?" Because for a while I felt like I didn't have any fun facts, but I thought about it the other day and I guess I have 2, maybe 3. Obviously, as you can see in this video, I am left-handed. It gets in the way all the time. I drag my hand across everything that I do ever, so expect that to be in some videos. I used to do show choir as a kid, and I love to sing. One day I'll be that old lady in a church choir if they let me in. Lastly, I got diagnosed with ADHD last year at the ripe age of 25, so expect that will come up in my content from time to time. I bet you're thinking, what the heck will this channel even post about? I think I have an answer. It might change, but right now the plan is to film my art process. I'll probably yap at you in the background, maybe some painting time-lapse videos or studio vlogs here and there, but we'll see. And I hope you stick around to find out. Thanks for listening, and I'll just let you watch the last clips of this painting. See you soon.